Hello, hello, my friends. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. Welcome back to my face and my card making space. And a couple holiday cards using a combo of mostly older Altenew products, some die sets, a stencil and embossing folder combo, an old stamp set, etc. As always, everything I use will be listed and linked in the description box below the video. My links are affiliate links. That just means that if you click on one of my links and end up placing an order, I do get a little kickback from that at no extra cost to you. It's what helps pay the bills, keeps the lights on, enables me to keep bringing out content. And yeah, this was actually a couple cards and footage that I filmed a few months ago for my top tier Patreon members. And I finally got a chance to edit things down, voice them over, and share the video. I've shared the cards on my socials. Now I'm sharing how I made them, and I didn't use splatter. Sometimes I can survive without it. I was honestly surprised going through the footage again, and I was like, I didn't splatter. What was wrong with me that day? I don't know. They do look fine without it. I can admit it. I can admit that sometimes not all cards need splatter. It's just fun. Anyway, that's it for the chatter. Let's get into actually making the cards. So I'm starting off with Altenew's Lush Berry Branch. There's an embossing folder and a layering stencil set. And with those, you could use either or, like they coordinate together, but you could use just the embossing folder and get, gorgeous results, or you could use just the stencil set, or you can combine them, which is what I did. So with Altenew's embossing folders and my Anna Griffin Empress machine, what works for me is one cutting plate, the folder and the cardstock, and the magnetic plate. And if I feel like I need to, which almost never, I could add either the metal shim or you could do a cardstock shim. It's going to depend on your machine. But I embossed some heavyweight smooth white cardstock with that embossing folder. Did it twice, because why not? And then I stuck them to the big, this is the 9x12 ultra sticky mat from Altenew. And I've super sped this up in my editing. But I'm using the coordinating stencil set, and I'm blending on. I started with eucalyptus ink and blended this over top. And for me personally, I do prefer to emboss first and then use, if there's coordinating stencils, use the stencils after. However, personal preference. I prefer doing the embossing first because it's easier to line up the stencils. You do run into a little bit of, because the background is now embossed, the stencil is obviously not going to lay like perfectly flush. So it's just something to keep in mind, but it's just how I prefer to do it. For me, it's a little easier. So I blended on that eucalyptus ink, and then I went in with the forest fern to add that little bit of like depth. And then for the berry stencil, I am using just ruby red ink. And for all of it, I'm using the mini blending brushes. Lurves so much. Love them so much. So blend out that, and even just that, it's like, oh, it looks so good. But there's one more stencil that does the branch. So after I blended that, the final stencil, it's actually kind of in two parts. There's an etch line that kind of crosses through. There's also, of course, the layering guide that comes with the stencil set that shows how everything lines up. It's pretty simple. I put a little post-it note there on that one edge because the stencil, the opening goes like right up to the edge, and I didn't want to get it. I didn't want to use my brush past the edge of the stencil because knowing me, I would have done that. Because at this point, I wasn't sure if I was going to trim down these panels. Right now, they're roughly A2 size, so 4¼ by 5½ inches. But in the end, I trim it down anyway. But the post-it note was there to keep me from making a mess. It's pretty much guaranteed that that's going to happen more often than not. So then I stenciled the first part. I used just espresso ink for that. And then lined up the second portion. And then discovered that I missed a spot. So just relined up the stencil, added that, And then I've got my backgrounds. So I set those aside. And then I'm building some cardinals. This is the Altenew Cardinal Love layering die set. There's actually 2 birds and a branch, like all the dies to make them. I only used the dies to create this one cardinal. And I die cut Altenew's cardstock with this. I used ruby red, velvet, jet black, moon rock, and espresso cardstocks. And it's got the little keyhole layering die system there. So you just line up the pieces. It's also got all the debossing detail that adds all the texture and things. And then for this final bit, I just skipped that red piece that I die cut. It's meant to layer, and it's just another visual cue for this final piece, but it just made sense for me to just skip it. Sometimes I do all the steps as they've laid out. I've also talked in other videos. It helps sometimes to just do everything like the layering guide and the instructions say on your first go. And then once everything makes sense, it's like, okay, this is where this goes, this is where this goes, this is how it layers. Then you can just choose what you want to do. You can skip pieces, you can add pieces. It's your set, it's your supplies, it's your time, you know? Because more often than not, after I've done it the first time, I'm like, oh, okay, next time I won't use this. Or maybe next time I'll add this. So with this one, I just skipped that one little piece because I just didn't need it. So I assembled my little cardinal, and I was very heavy-handed with the glue when I did all this. I had glues in it. I was just scraping away with my fingernail. If you don't have, when I did this, I had much longer fingernails. They're a little more ratchet at the moment, but using even my little die pick, when my nails aren't good, long enough to scrape away any excess glue, I just use like a little pointy tool, a pin, whatever, scrape it away before it dries, and we're good to go. So, yeah, he came together so nicely, and look at him, so majestic. And then I just repeated the process for the second one. And when I filmed this, I think this glue was around the time when it was new, and I was still testing it out. Because now I have that's the Pawsitively like perfect craft glue from Simon Says Stamp. I use that, and I use the what I call the OG, the craft tacky glue, and I just have them in a precision glue press. I have been jumping back and forth between both of these glues now for half of this year, however long since this one came out. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this was back when I was testing this glue, because this footage I hadn't made public, and they both work. The Pawsitively Perfect glue is just a thinner consistency. The craft tacky glue is super thick. It is not everyone's cup of tea. I love it. I like both. I just switch back and forth. Just depends on my mood more than anything. But yeah, great glues, hold great. I love liquid glue. That's been my thing. And both of those ones, the craft tacky and the Pawsitively Perfect, fabulous. Anyway, sparklies. I die cut some Smoky Quartz glitter cardstock. This stuff is gorgeous. It's kind of an between gold and silver. It's not as warm as a gold, and it's not as cool as a silver. It's literally like in between the two. Gorgeous cardstock. And I die cut the All Is Calm sentiment. That's from the Timeless Sentiments 3 die set. From that Smoky Quartz, I die cut the outline from VELLUM, and then I die cut another layer of the sentiment from just white cardstock. Adhered the gold or the Smoky Quartz layer to the VELLUM outline, and then the white cardstock layer I adhered to the back underneath, so that'll pop up the VELLUM just a smidge and give it a smidge more dimension, and it will also make the VELLUM float just a tiny bit over the card front, and it gives it that little extra something. So I then decided to trim down my embossed and stenciled backgrounds. So I took off about 1/4 inch off each side. So it ends up being like 3 3/4 by 5 roughly. And then I trimmed down some more ruby red cardstock. Those I cut to A2 size, so they'll frame the card front really nicely. And then for my inside sentiment, this is the Holiday Wishes stamp set. This came out, I'm not even sure when, years ago. I purchased it, I can't remember, was it either this year or last year? Because I was like, oh, there's a lot of good sentiments in this set to use like on the insides of holiday cards. So I pulled that out. And I'm going to stamp it on the inside with Espresso ink. And I'm just using top folding A2 white note cards, so 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. So I stamped sentiments on the inside with the Espresso ink, and then I'm going to adhere the ruby red cardstock with just the liquid glue. And then the embossed backgrounds, I'm going to pop up with some Big Mama foam tape. Again, just give it that smidge of dimension. So the red cardstock just covers a card base. I love Altenew's cardstocks for die cutting, for layering, and things like this. I don't use it for card bases because it's a bit lighter weight, but I love the fact that it's lighter weight because then I can do heavy layers of die cuts and it's not going to build up, massive bulk. So yeah, love it for that. So I popped on those backgrounds with Big Mama foam tape. I popped my sentiments on, which with my lighting, it makes them look a little weird. But in real life, they're beautiful. Like it almost just, I don't know, my lights, because I have so many lights here in the garage when I'm filming, that it's all reflecting off the glitter. So it's kind of just like, almost makes it blurry on camera, but the finished images show it a little better. And anyway, adhered the sentiments. And then my birdies, I popped up with just some thin foam squares. And so they're basically sitting on the sentiments, like standing on them. Love that. And then my final little embellishment, I pulled out some Positively Dazzling gems in gold. The color went really, really well with the Smoky Quartz glitter cardstock. I love when like some of my embellishments just end up like matchy-matchy. So I just picked those up with the little embellishment one, the little perfect picker, and then put down little dabs of glue, press those into place. And then once those are adhered, I just got to let the glue dry and these cards are complete. And they would have looked great with, a little extra splatter, but at the same time, it's fine without. I'm okay. Everything's okay. I'll make up for it in the next card. Don't worry. So those are my cards. We've got just texture. I love that. I love this embossing folder. I love all of it. I love all of it. So many good things. And we got that sparkle and the colors and cardinals, all of it. So those are my cards. Links to all the things will be in the description box below the video. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me, for thumbs upping, commenting. All of it is greatly appreciated. And I'll see you all very soon in the next video. Bye. Thank you so much to my amazing Patreon supporters. For anyone that might be interested in joining my Patreon community and supporting me, the link to my Patreon is in the description box below the video. For everyone else, as always, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my videos, for thumbs upping, commenting, subscribe if you haven't, I'd love to have you. And here's a couple other videos for you to check out in case you missed them. Bye!